For those of you who don't know us, we are Silly Philly Studios. We are just a bunch of animators in the fandom, animated voice actors. We're about 20 people strong. We've been making animations in the fandom for about, how long has it been? 2 years? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's over a year. I don't think it's been over. Yeah, it's been over a year. It was last May. So we have some awesome stuff for you guys today.
So what would an animation panel be without animations? We've made some work such as, the first work we ever made was Windows Cube Mark, then we also made stuff like Daylight's End, Twilight the Unicorn, Snowdrop. Made The Adventures of Donut Steel, and also a recent work, Follow the Crystal Empire. Before we begin, we're just going to quickly introduce ourselves. Let's go from the top down. So you want to go first?
Hello everybody, I am Yoon, one of the animators for Silly Philly Studios.
I am Bronycon, also known as Web. I voiced Discord, and I was the composer for the music for Snowdrop.
My name is Zedrin. I'm the director and head animator for Silly Philly Studios.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I am Silly Philly Studios' official Pinkie Pie. I was Pinkie Pie in Twilight the Unicorn and Donut Steel, and I was also Baby Donut in Donut Steel. Hi guys, my name is Meredith. I am one of the voice actresses. Normally I do Fluttershy, but I was also the writer and kind of the director and the voice of Snowdrop. And I'm Jen, or MemJ013 on YouTube, and I voiced Celestia in Celestia's been with Silly Philly Studios. And I also did Cumulus, the Riding Little Billy that everyone did on like because you beat
I'm Henry Troy, also known as HC. I'm one of the vector artists, and I created most of the cover basics.
I'm Hannah. I played Princess Luna in all the things that involve her, and I played my OC in Snowdrop.
Alright, so I would say, what would an animation panel be without animation? So who wants to watch Follow the Crystal Empire? And just to note, this is a little bit more violent than the show typically is, unless you saw the season 4 finale.
Coward, walled up in his fortress like it were a tomb.
Our ground forces can't advance beyond its crystal field. Do you know what he can do to our Pegasus? Unable to defend it. We only need a small window of attack. He's lost a lot of ground. The elements should dispose of him.
And if they don't?
Why would they fail?
Hypothetically speaking.
Well, hypothetically speaking, we're prepared just in case.
Indeed. He knows not what forces he is tampering with. Let us not stay his end further. Is that it?
yield.
So much hatred. You speak of cowardice. Have you forgotten whose domain you are in?
I care not what dark paths you make. You will fail.
It seems even the gods lack unity in their hearts. I can taste your wrath. It is delicious.
Silence, you coward! Show yourself!
Sister, thank goodness. No. Luna, please. Sister, it doesn't need to be like this.
Why such lengths to protect your petty imperialistic interests?
You're a fool if you think that's what I'm trying to protect. Release me.
In due time, I was curious as to why your sister would fear you. It seems she's right to do so.
She does not fear me.
You will see before long. Do you think she honestly understands the night and all its glory?
Do not pretend you do in turn.
Oh, I understand perfectly. You find me to be a tyrant. Yet the best kind of slave is one who's willing.
Silence!
You can deny my warnings all you wish. It won't change your fate.
Save your breath.
Even if by some miracle you were to defeat me, you'd only soon fall to your sister. Why be forced to choose? Equestria will see many a foe in its future. Would it not make sense for us to stand against them together?
We would sooner take our own lives than submit to you.
Submit? Just like you have to your sister. I admire your resolve. You are strong, far more fit to rule, far more deserving of respect than Celestia. You have an opportunity now to take her place. Together, we can show the nation what it truly means to fear the night.
You are a fool.
So be it. Such a shame.
You think you found an ally in darkness. Do you comprehend the powers you were gifted with? The same powers I was born into. Where do you think the shadows all go to hide from the precious light? Just who do you think stands against them? What you possess is a mere fraction of their might. The the same knight I stand unyielding against, each and every night.
Stay back!
You are nothing compared to them. You are nothing compared to me! You claim to know fear? I shall show you true terror!
What are you?
I am a nightmare.
Ow! Luna!
What is it? Thank goodness you're all right. Where are we? What happened to you?
Sombra is no more. But the Empire,
To banish an entire empire like that. How much hatred and power are we truly facing? I'm just grateful you're unharmed and were able to get us out safely. We'll need to bear news of this defeat to our subjects. Not every fight will be a victory. Come, it's cold. Let us return home.
Yeah, that was the result of a few months of work. It was kind of hard because, like, we started it. Personally, like, I started working on this like near the end of, or near the start of my senior year in college, and then we wound up finishing it during the latter part of my curriculum and stuff. So it's like I was working on this in between finals and all that stuff. So, but yeah. So anyway, that was kind of basically a glorified piece of fan fiction, essentially. But so yeah, it was just kind of like, I really wanted to try doing something personally, like in the action genre, like action drama. But we are called Silly Philly Studios, so why don't we show something silly now to lighten the mood? Now, no, this is a non-pony animation, but we will have another pony animation at the end of the panel. So play this now.
I have this box which has a fiber for the Smash Brothers in it. Now I'm going to give you some clues, and you're going to have to guess who it is from the clues.
Is it you?
No. Okay, the first clue is that this character is a Pokemon.
Is it you?
No, it's not you. Okay, the second clue is that this Pokemon is a water dark type.
It's Mewtwo.
No, it's not. Okay, the third clue is that this Pokemon is a ninja.
A water dark Pokemon that is a ninja. It's Mewtwo.
What? How can you give up? It's a water dark type Pokemon that's a ninja. It's Greninja. Greninja.
Oh, I know. It's Greninja.
Of course
It's Mewtwo now?
No, you don't need to play as Mewtwo.
As stated, we're starting to get into a little bit of non-pony stuff as well as pony things in addition.
There.
Okay, anyway. So we are getting into some non-pony stuff. We'll still do some pony stuff on the side, but we're trying to see how well we can handle doing like more shorts and the like. So that was a result of one of our projects, and otherwise, I guess we should just open this up to Q&A and stuff. So if you guys want to get into a line, and we can start doing questions and stuff.
Which side should we do the line? I guess
That one? What? Hannah, you pick. You pick Hannah. Yeah. Pick the one that I didn't pick. Mine. Mine. Don't say. Mine, Hannah.
So just line up over by HC and Hannah, and you guys can ask questions. You can ask anything you want, just as long as just keep it safe for work, guys.
Yeah.
And
don't forget the new animation will be at the very end of this. So, as soon as the Q&A is done, new animation.
And also because we will have a quite a few questions, if you do have like personal stories you want to share, just try to keep them short.
Oh, and no fun allowed.
This one is loud.
Yeah, you can ask us anything if you want to ask about animation specifically, if you want to ask how we do the process, if you want to ask about voice acting, anything goes. If you want to ask what we want to work on next.
So why don't we we're going to go ahead and start the questions.
Hello.
What was the inspiration for Snowdrop? Oh, well, honestly, I've got to be honest with you, I don't remember. It's really hard because it was a while ago, and I was in Australia, and it was very hot, and it was February, so I wasn't supposed to be hot, and I was just like, I would really like it to be cold. I could snow, and so I watched the episode where Rainbow Dash and the rest of them go through that weather factory and they're making snowflakes.
Slightly bigger on your back.
It kind of just like evolved from there. The character Snowdrop herself came from me thinking that something as delicate as a snowflake needs to be handled by someone who has a delicate enough touch to do that, and that's kind of where she came about.
Thank you. Also, just one small little request. Do you think there could be like a little gap in the line so that the projectors can still get through?
Oh yeah.
Just like have a few people sweep forward and a few sweep back.
So we can see our fancy new logo. It's pretty.
We got a new logo, so hope you guys think that's cool.
I'm so sorry.
How did Silicon Studios start? Alright, okay, it's a little bit of a long story, so I'll try to shorten it down a little bit. Originally, we had actually come together as a group with stars in our eyes to try and create an MLP fan-animated movie, and it was going to be called Project Saturation. Long story short, a lot of drama wound up happening and it wound up blowing up in our face. We all, we kind of split off and then we all reformed with how the dramatic members and stuff. And we decided, hey, we were working on this other project on the side, let's publish this under a new name, and that's how we got our start at Silly Billy Studios. No problem.
Hello. Okay, yeah. So I was just wondering, since after you guys have done comedy, and you've also done that action stuff, and also the heartstring pulling Snowdrop, is there, what genre are you going to try to hit next, or would you be considering doing would you be considering doing humans or something like that, and even something that's sort of like Candlelight Adventure or something like that?
Well, we actually do have quite a few things planned, like for the next, I would say even a few years, because we're planning on staying together. But we have some stuff that actually is non-pony related. Like we were going to be doing like Pokemon things. We're planning on doing some original stuff. I'll have a few parodies here and there. Probably see a few ponies here and there as well. So anything's game. As far as like humanized versions of MLP, I don't think we're gonna probably touch on that at all. But
yeah, we have some stuff in the works that will be very nice.
Anything from comedy to adventure, stuff like this. Even we might even try slice of life on the road. Who knows?
If you want humanized pony, look for Star Soul Academy.
Yeah. There's that.
Who did you base Snowdrop? Who did I base Snowdrop off of? Snowdrop. I didn't really base her on anyone specifically. There are characters in the animation that I did base things off of when I wrote them. Like the mean kids in the class are based off of people that were mean I was a little kid. I don't know if that's called like just remembering or revenge or I don't know what you would call it. But Snowdrop herself, it was basically just, I don't know how to describe it. I guess a big turn on for somebody I wish I had had a friend like when I was little. That would be, yeah.
Thank you, Silly, for your work. My question is about the Brony community and bears. As you can see, I'm from Chile. It's about 10,000 miles away from here. And just want to know your personal opinion about how your work could reach and go through all the national barriers, language, culture, and how do you feel about that?
We actually really like it. Like one thing that we actually push for is we try to, when we release an animation, we'll actually release like the subtitles for it, and we'll have people translate it. So as a result, if you go on YouTube and you click the captions button, we have like translations for Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, like a whole bunch of different languages and stuff. So that way it can be as far-reaching as possible. And like we also love seeing it when other groups, they take our animations and they dub over them in their native language. It's really awesome to see stuff like that happen. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, feel free to dub them in your own languages.
Yes, I can play here. You're Zedrin, right?
Yep.
I just wanted to ask, how did you get started animating?
I had Flash for a while, but I never really figured out how to use it until a little over 2 years ago. Chris O'Neill, the guy who does like Leo and Satan, he's worked on Hellbenders. He's from Newgrounds. He's done some really solid tutorials. Like whether or not you like his animations, his tutorials are really solid. That's what kind of got me started. And then from there, I just kind of kept practicing. I had done a lot of animation from other programs, like 3D animation and a little bit of sprite work through my history, but that was probably the best tutorial that I could ever find. It got me really going really fast. Thank you.
So, having created Snowdrop, what's your reaction when you see something like Snowblind?
We love, okay.
You can't be afraid to laugh at yourself. And you know, there are things in parodies where you were sometimes even worried that they might go a little too far. But really, no, I didn't. I think they took it and they really almost made it their own with that whole human sacrifice thing. That was the best thing ever. We were at Evergreen Northwest when it premiered, and we were in the car over screaming our heads off. It was hilarious. I even voiced in the beginning of it if you listen to the character. So we don't mind parodies. We love seeing people love our work almost. I don't know how you would describe that otherwise, but yeah, we love it. We don't mind. We do, usually ask if people can ask for permission. We like that, but we understand if somebody's doing something, they don't have the time.
We kind of, considering that a lot of the stuff we do is transformative works, it would also be hypocritical if we didn't allow for transformative works as well.
That's true.
Yeah. So we love seeing other stuff.
I know Snowdrop was a long video. Do you plan on doing anything on that scale again, or are these all going to be like shorter videos?
Actually that brings up a really good point. The thing with longer animation is that it doesn't get directly harder, it actually gets more like exponentially harder, because like the longer something is, the longer it takes to re-render if you want to fix like 2 seconds. So we want to try and avoid longer things, but it's definitely a possibility that we could do some longer stuff in the future. We just kind of want to try and avoid it if at all possible, because it's really a pain to work with.
Shorts are fun to do.
Sometimes I'm gonna like start animating things, or I want to try to start doing them. I was wondering any tips on animating things.
There's a few things that you can do, like the key thing, if this also applies to art, the best thing to do is to practice gesture sketching, like figure out how to do like gestures and stuff, basic general scribble animations that don't really look complete, but you could draw over them to make them complete later. So like kind of figure out how the motion goes first and kind of plan out your animation. Another good thing to do is also get involved in like communities if you can, like animation communities, or like even on DA, there's a group Pony-Animators, which is a great group to kind of submit animation to, kind of look at other people's stuff. And always just like, also look at live streams that people do, because sometimes you can see how they work, and that kind of can help you improve your workflow.
I have to say something. Whatever happened to Button Mash?
We're actually not associated with Button Mash. I do know that Jan did get a cease and desist from Atlas Realm.
That's really all we know about it.
Yeah. I mean, we can speculate the cup. Yeah, we get that. We actually get that a lot, but no, we actually didn't make Buddy Mash.
We also didn't make Children of the Night, so we get a lot of
Let's know Rob's flying.
My question is about quality clustering involved with the empire. Certain animation, I wonder if it was inspired by certain Japanese animation shows like Fate's Day Night and Magical Miracle Nip.
He's giving me that look. Yeah, I was kind of on an anime binge at the time. Initially I based a bit of Luna's fighting stuff, kind of off of Fate's Day Night, kind of off of Madoka Magica. Because I'm a huge hardcore Madoka Magica fan. But yeah, so yeah, it was inspired a little bit to be kind of a bit more anime-inspired fight scenes. I mean, you wouldn't have the ponies using swords and weapons otherwise. But,
There was one line where you told me literally just do it like an anime.
oh yeah.
I was just wondering how you came up with the concept for the Nightmare Forces and Bronycon Fall of the Crystal Empire. Like, how did you see them like corrupting her with like Sombra's magic, or was it just something she had?
Well, the main thing the idea behind the Fall of the Empire that I kind of had is that Luna and Sombra were both banished in a very close time period with one another, and I kind of figured like, well, maybe they're just saying 1,000 years is kind of like a general misnomer or whatnot. So it wasn't maybe exactly 1,000 years, but maybe that Sombra's banishment led to Luna's banishment. And Sombra, when he kind of acted against Luna, she already had that darkness inside her, like the Nightmare Moon aspect, and he kind of teased it forward, caused her to use it, and then because she used it, Celestia wound up kind of turning on her and kind of like, why did you banish the Empire kind of thing like that maybe. Just kind of a little headcanon. But yeah.
Hi, how long did it take you to come up with the ideas for the animations?
Well, we're coming up with ideas for animations all the time. Do you mean one specifically, or just in general?
Just in general, like how long would it take to like polish off the idea and then actually get it down?
Well, we've been trying to have weekly meetings now. Trying. Our schedules are also busy. But luckily there's this thing called Dropbox that we use a lot. And so usually an idea will be run past a group meeting if we can have it, or they'll put it in the Dropbox. And if everybody really likes the idea, it will kind of go to the top of this list that we have. And then after that, kind of when it's at the very top of the list, that's when we'll take it, kind of tweak it to what we need, and actually start writing it, storyboarding it, animating it.
It also depends on what the story is. Like if it's completely original, like Snowdrop, it might take a bit longer. But if it's a parody or like the very first animation we did, Luna's Cutie Mark, which was a direct animation from Egophiliac's comic, they would take a shorter time to put together.
Yeah. So Snowdrop took like a month to finish, like writing-wise, finish polishing the idea. Whereas what we are showing today, like
Not
that that's bad, it's just it's parody.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this would be great for Bronycon.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans on doing projects like Fallout Equestria?
We don't really have a plan on working with Fallout Equestria because that's kind of owned by somebody else. We really kind of want to avoid using other people's works unless they're people that we know. Plus another aspect is that going from a fan fiction to an animation is a little bit harder because you have to take the fan fiction and then you have to translate it into a scripted format.
There is a Fallout radio play though. I'm talking to you right here, but I'm going to talk to the mic also.
It's us.
Good little drop there, Hannah. Good little drop to the project that you're on.
Okay, this cosplay needs a round of applause. Now that we've put early here, it's you.
Hi. I was wondering where you do your voice recording. Do you rent a sound booth or do you do it on your computers?
Let's do that when one at a time. We have several voice actors here.
I do it on my computer, yeah. I have a Blue Yeti microphone. I use a little box with basically soundproofing foam on it. Sometimes if I can't get a space where I won't be bugging anybody or where nobody will be bugging me, I'll just go out to my car and put extra padding to make sure that the car doesn't screw anything up. So.
Like soul rat. Cars are actually great insulators for anybody who's looking into VA work.
But you have to be careful.
I showed you all my recording in my computer room. I use my good old Samson condenser microphone, and I don't have a box to put around it, so I use a blanket, which kind of helps. And Audacity also helps get rid of noise and stuff. Yeah, Audacity also I record in the closet. No, really, the clothes are great insulators. So I have a Samson CONU, and I've got a little shelf, so put it on the shelf, and the clothes help keep nothing echoing, and I have a little pop filter that's been fixed with pantyhose. I do everything on the cheap. And always get a pop filter. Yeah, get a pop filter, get a $50 Samson CONU, and get a closet. If you don't have a closet, buy a house.
Just acquire a closet.
Yeah, because none of us live around each other. I think you and I live the closest. Yeah. We both live in Florida right now, so we have to kind of do that.
Yeah, and I record in my bedroom, which isn't exactly ideal because it's a bit spacious, so sometimes I leave my room purposely messy. Sorry, Mom. She's sitting in the front row here. But I'm kind of cheap because my music stand that I just put my microphone on broke, so I just leave it on the table and it creates vibration, so I just put a sweater underneath it and that blocks it off, and I don't have a box, so I throw sweaters all over and make a little shelter. Yeah.
Power of clothing.
I cuddle under and make my secret voices. And I have an AT2020, but I did used to have a Samson CO1U. It's a very good microphone. And also my pop holder is also filled with pantyhose.
I have the same setup as Meredith. I use my closet and I have a lot of clothes, so it works out.
Don't you usually go on the floor?
Yeah, I sit on the floor in the corner of my room in the closet, and I have my laptop, and that's a really sketchy setup, but it works. So.
Thank you.
Rocketeer, I like it.
Thank you, Kai. My question is, are you considered making original shorts to submit to the Ottawa Animation Fest?
We don't know necessarily about any specific animation festivals, but that's definitely a huge possibility because we are planning on doing more original stuff. So that's definitely a huge possibility.
There's something we're working on, and I can't tell you.
There's actually quite a few things. There's
quite a few things we're working on, a lot of short things, but we can't tell you anything yet. I'm sorry.
Actually, on the note, where we probably will be able to tell you, if anybody is going to UMACon this Halloween, we will be having a panel there as well. We were confirmed for UMACon. We'll actually be talking a little bit about what we've been planning for a while. So anybody who's going to be in Detroit at that time.
Yeah, it's UMACon is in Detroit, Michigan. It is the 31st to the 2nd. We also got confirmed for Midwest Media Expo again. We went there last time. They had it. It was really fun. It's kind of like UMACon's sister convention, and it's in the spring. And it no dates yet, but it's in the spring. So we'll be in Detroit a lot. So come see it.
And we'll post about it on our social media.
Yeah.
So my question is that in comparison to Fall of the Crystal Empire, the trailer and the final animation, I noticed that there were these little changes, like first of all, Celestia's armor, Sombra's dialogue was changed in the confrontation with Celestia, and a lot of these, and the scene with Nightmare Moon was drastically changed. So I was wondering, what are the reasons behind these little changes to the final animation?
A lot of people, part of the reason was that the Nightmare Moon change, that one was changed because a lot of people from the trailer were assuming that Luna directly was attacking Celestia. So I wanted to make sure that it was clear that it was like a premonition and not like a direct attack, that it was a psychological attack instead. Some of the dialogue was also changed just to flow better and to make it a little bit more dynamic. Like if you notice, Celestia does an additional attack. And the armor was honestly planned from the beginning. It just wasn't inserted at that time because didn't have time to make it at the in time for Bronycon last year.
What made you inspired for making videos on YouTube, and how did you get your Silly Philly Studios name?
Silly Philly Studios, the name actually came about like shortly after we kind of had to all splinter off from thing from the other group. We were just kind of brainstorming for a name, and then randomly one of our members, Spencer, just kind of came up with a name. How about Silly Philly Studios? And he's like, yeah, that's good. That works. Yeah.
We can put that on a t-shirt.
And then as far as inspiration, really we kind of just will get our inspiration from anywhere anyone else gets their inspiration. They see something that they like, they see a cartoon they like, they see some artwork, music, or they just get an idea in their head and they just kind of decide to roll with it.
I have a question, like, what animation program do you use, and like, what are some good tips on becoming like a good animator?
The one that we use, let's start off with tips. Do you have any tips?
Tips on being a good animator. Like, you just don't become a good animator. It's like, it takes a lot of practice. Like, I would hear tips saying it takes 50,000 hours just to make a good animation, or it takes 10,000 mistakes to make one perfect solution. So, like, just always practice, constantly, you always learn as you go on with animating, and it's always good to have reference. It's not bad if you're like, look at another person's animation and then gain inspiration and then somehow make something that's inspired by that. It's not bad, but like, it's good at the same time because you're actually learning something.
Also, other things on the animation, make sure that you know how to do everything yourself, that you know how to do it all yourself as well. Because like one thing that's in this fandom, it's like, there's two things, like this might be a little bit controversial to say, but like Double Rainbow, for instance, when they released their puppets, it was both a good thing and a bad thing, because it was a good thing because now people had access to good resources, or decent resources at least. But at the same time, they didn't know how to use them and they were kind of just tossing them around and they were like, oh hey, I know how to animate, and it's like, it's just not very highly well animated. So make sure that you know the full, like all the steps in order to make an animation. As far as the programs we use Flash, CS6, and CS5. There's other free animation software programs out there. There's like, or cheap ones as well. There's like Anime Studio, Toon Boom, there's Pivot, stuff like that, and Pencil, which if you want to play around with those, you can use those to kind of learn a little bit about animation and translate that over to a better program when you get a chance. Thank you for the break.
Hi. People keep asking you about what your inspiration for something is, but I wanted to know, how did you come up with the idea of donut steel?
I was not here during this time. Okay, when you're in an animation group, you get a lot of requests from people who say, ask if they can have their OC animated. And admittedly, we've all had that one phase where we've made like characters that after a few years we're kind of like, why would we make that character? And there's a lot of characters like that in the fandom, admittedly. So it was kind of just like a little bit of teasing, but it wasn't like purposely making fun of them. It was just kind of making fun of original characters in general.
I think it was more making fun of like ourselves 4 years ago.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, let's make this story about this guy, and it's gonna be the best fan fiction ever. That's kind of what it was meant to be, like, make the most obnoxious character that we would have made 4 years ago on fanfiction.net, and then put it in a Duke Nukem action movie.
And it's coming out this summer.
So we were kind of making fun of ourselves. That was it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I was just wondering if you're gonna make if you're thinking of making any continuations of any of the shorts.
Like sequels to shorts?
Yeah.
We want to do it on it's kind of conflicted between between want and should. We want to do a sequel to Twilight the Unicorn, for instance, another parody of that. We're not planning on really doing any sequels though. Like most of the stories and things that we've done are all concluded. Snowdrop, like we keep getting requested to make like a sequel to Fall of the Empire and Snowdrop, but both of those stories are kind of counted as included. And then like the short stuff, it's like kind of standalone.
We have so many ideas already. It's hard to balance it all.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I know.
Did you ever expect to get the reaction it did?
No.
It
freaked me out.
I was like, we were watching like the V-Nerd and stuff, and we kept seeing all these Snowdrop things like an hour after it premiered, and we were just like, oh my god, oh my god.
I was up to like 4 in the morning that night because I kept like refreshing the DeviantArt because I was just like, really? I don't know, I was just shocked. I thought it would get a decent reception, but we had worked so hard on it. So,
And it came out of nowhere.
And we were just so grateful, I guess, that people were enjoying it that much because we had worked so hard on it. So thank you guys for liking it as much as you did. I
we were all watching it together, we were crying.
We were crying. I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was a fun night.
It was a very fun night.
Hi everyone. First off, thank you for your contribution to the community.
Thank you for your support.
So, obviously you talked about like inspiration. I wanted to ask, how much do you go out to look for? You don't want to live in a vacuum and just try to create without knowing where the rest of the community is going, but you don't want to oversaturate yourself, or you're going to be able to, or you're going to have to pick out every single idea that you have. Oh, that's what you've done. Then somebody that's going to plan a derivative, or just you'll spend all your time watching videos and eventually creating. So, how do you try to strike a balance for your creative process?
Well, as we said, we kind of have like a big idea pool where like we kind of have like a filtering process that's all done kind of as a group, where anybody can basically submit an idea, then we kind of filter them down as a group until we narrow down to something that everybody consents on. So we do want to getting a unanimous or mostly unanimous vote on things. So that really helps out a lot. It allows us to kind of have like take it a lot more at a time, like from the sources that we have. So like I think maybe for every animation that we do make, there's probably like about 5 or 6 that we decided not to do because of that. Just wouldn't be so useful or it just wasn't popular with us.
But were you talking about like time management? Like how do we manage our time versus like just watching videos or?
Yeah, I guess that plays into it.
Okay.
But I also just like how much do you try to watch to gain inspiration from, and how much do you try to stay away from to stay original?
Well, yeah, like that said, we do have our big idea pool, so that does help.
For the most part, we kind of just enjoy stuff like anybody else would.
Yeah, if we like it, we like it, and if we come up with an idea we like, we do it. I don't really know how to elaborate on that. As far as time management, we're an animation studio, so we always procrastinate. There's no such thing as a schedule. Like I said, we try to have weekly meetings. Try is the key word. And then usually, like, how many hours a day did you animate for last week of Snowdrop? Like 12?
Oh yeah, like just an example of time management, how it winds up playing out. The last week of animating Snowdrop, I spent 5 nights straight. I woke up at 2 p.m., animated from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m., and then went to bed at 4 a.m., and then slept until 2. And I did that for 5 nights straight, just to get it done. No breaks.
Yeah, and then the music team was like that too.
I do not want to do that again.
You know you will. You know you'll do it again. You know you'll procrastinate. You'll be playing Kerbal Space Program. And then, or League of Legends. Or watching Majoka. Or Kill a Kill. You'll be doing something.
Speaking of Kill a Kill, if you guys saw the Sonic Alma and Ryu doing all the Kill a Kill cosplays, that was us.
Yeah, they were all doing Kill a Kill. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so hello, I'm Ray, and I'd just like to ask a question. Could you please do your voice from the show?
Who?
I think they just mean for all the VAs.
Oh, yeah. like which canon characters are you?
Yeah, anything in particular you want us to say?
No, not really, just anything really. I just want to hear your voices from the show.
You Discord.
My Discord.
I am so very happy to be at Bronycon. It's wonderful to be surrounded by
so much body odor.
Boy, be nice. Be nice.
Never.
Discord, you remember what happened last time, don't you?
Discord, stop being a party pooper.
Maybe you should be the one banished.
Why is everybody ganging up on me?
Okay, so one more thing I wanted to ask is, I really liked your My Little Pony in Minecraft video with button mashing stuff.
That was another one. One more time, just to reiterate one more time, Button Mash was actually Dan Animations. We're Silly Code Studios. Yeah.
But I was going to ask if you were going to do any gaming videos, because I checked out your channel and it was really cool. The animations were great. So I'm going to ask if there would be any like crossovers kind of, or a snow, like anything, like would be really cool if you had like a new sequel with a lot of the fan-made ponies. I mean, not a sequel, like a new series.
So do you mean like a gaming crossover with the fan families?
Well, yeah.
I don't know, we don't have anything like that planned right now. Like I said, we have a really big idea pool, and we don't have anything like that, and I don't think anything like that is on the list yet. Actually,
But we have had plans on doing streams.
yeah, we have been plans to do streams of ourselves gaming if you want to see that. We don't know if that would actually even be enjoyable. Yeah, we don't know if that would be enjoyable, especially since I can't play video games. But that's what makes it fun. I guess that's what makes it fun. To hear us say not nice words while we try and get like something to work, and that you don't want to see me play PS2. I go as the head.
He's very bad.
That's okay, I'm bad at PS2. No, I go as the heavy and then I shoot everything.
I go as the pyro and I just try to burn everything and then I get killed and like.
When I was a bit younger, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty with my friends, and I would just be laughing maniacally to myself at every time I died because I found it so hysterical how bad I was.
I played Halo when I was little with my brother.
Good Pokemon, but you otherwise can't play video games.
Thanks for your question.
This is more of a compliment, but director guy, I like your face.
Thanks.
So, what was your initial reaction to Snowblind? Did like Short Cloud Cones contact you beforehand, like we're gonna do this, or did you just watch the video like, whoa, Harry, look at that?
Okay. Well, he contacted us before, so we knew it was coming. We didn't know exactly what to expect, but we knew it was probably going to be funny, and we were knocked off. Knocked off our feet.
Yeah,
we were rolling on the road.
I think it's really funny.
It was hilarious. They contacted me. They contacted me for the voice to voice Celestia in the beginning. I'm like, oh yeah.
They contacted me to voice something. I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't Snowblind. Like no, that was always gonna be. But I couldn't do it for some. I don't even remember. I'm so sorry. But no, I loved it. It was funny. Oh, so that's it? Okay, okay.
We'll be
So if
outside in a
anybody,
second.
if anybody has more questions, we'll be outside in a bit. But just a few more things. We are going to be at Umicon this Halloween, Midwest Media Expo next year, and also you can also expect to actually see some shirts from us over sharkrobot.com if you want to start buying some shirts based off of our animation scheme.
They probably won't be pony shirts, but there are going to be some non-pony things that we might be able to put on Shark Robot later that we can't talk about right now. I'm sorry.
What would you like for
That was the first like 2 seconds of what we were about to show you.
All right. Spoilers! So, as we promised, we have one more animation for the end of the panel, so are you guys ready? One more second. One more.
Before we play it, I want to make sure everybody knows where this comes from. Have you guys seen, it's a very old video, the shoes video where the guy dresses up as yeah, shoes.
Oh my gosh, shoes.
Did you see a video he did before that that had to do with the baked good store? Okay, now we can play.
What would you like for breakfast, Dopey? Muffins! That's right! At Cherry Corner, we know that muffins make the best breakfast. So why not try all of our exciting new flavors? Chocolate, strawberry, blueberry, apple, green apple, Jack apple, golden delicious. Apple Jack, quit giving me the... Oh! Muffin surprise. Banana. Daisy. Sugar. Frosty. Marzipan. Jimmy Cherry Chocolate. Sapphire. Confetti. Imagination Shit. Most all of those look like cupcakes. You'll eat them anyway. All of our delicious cupcakes, muffins, cupcakes, everything corner.
Props to Courtney for voicing that, and props to you for animating that. And that otherwise, I think, concludes the Silly Philly Studios panel. We'll be outside answering questions, doing autographs, anything like that. So just come and find us if you want to talk to us. All right, so thanks for coming, everyone.